What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Forex League Rapid Signals July summary. So we're going to go over every single trade that was taken in the signals room for the month of July. We'll do a little bit of a look through with the Telegram so you can see what is inside the actual signals channel, and I'll show some before and after screenshots as well, and then we'll look at the course that is included with the rapid signals. So this right here is public for everyone to view in Telegram in our main channel that has over 16,000 subscribers. Go to the pinned message and you'll see under the rapid signals link there will be a results, and then you can click on this link. It is a shortened URL since it is such a long URL, but this is the results, and we're going to cover pretty much to start off what is the rapid signals, what was the thinking process behind us starting it. So most channels, signal channels, will give 2 to 3 trades per day, and they're mostly in the session whichever trader is trading in. Some channels do have multiple traders, but most of them are only giving a few signals per day, which was the case for us, for a long time. So based on the feedback we gathered from everyone, people just simply wanted more signals, less analysis. They wanted the entry, TPs, and stop losses, just very clear cut, where to enter, where to exit, everything like that. And they also wanted it to be in their time zone. So obviously everyone, watching this video, you can be from the US, you can be from Canada, you can be from Malaysia, you can be from Europe, you can be from Australia, you can be from anywhere in the world and wanting to take trades. So for us, it was very important to get signals to go out during each session, and that's something that we are proud of. So that is why people ask, there are so many signals per day, how do I keep up with all of them? The reason there are so many signals per day is the idea is that not everyone is going to be up 24 hours in the day to take every single trade. I'll get in at the end sort of an extra and an update as to how you can do that. But as of now, it's not expected, it's not possible to be up and to be checking your phone 24/7. Rapid signals is for someone who is at work, misses a trade. Well, there's another trade that came out an hour later, so you can take advantage of it. And I'll get into a little bit as to if you are online, say for 12 hours per day, and you do see, multiple signals coming out, what exactly you should do. I'll talk about that too a little bit towards the end. So right now we're having signals come out in the New York and the London session mainly. We're working on getting some trades going in the Asian session, and you must be wondering, how do we get all of these signals out there? How are there so many trades? Well, we are working in collaboration with multiple other traders, including some traders that are on our own team. So there are multiple analysts that are giving trades in order to achieve this. There are also multiple people working on the project within the Forex League team. We have 2 full-time employees. One of them is in charge of tracking every single trade and doing the before and after screenshots as soon as they are done, the trades are hit. And the other one is tasked with managing all of the traders that are helping and contribute into the chat. So the project is definitely a big one. It's one that we are proud of thus far. We have gotten overall some pretty decent results, and we'll go over them in a second here. And we are only looking to improve them. The months of June, July, and August, as we know, the liquidity is always lower in the summertime. Although during these summer months, we have seen a lot of unexpected volume at different times surrounding different events. Truth be told, we are still in a pandemic, and things are very unpredictable when it comes to the markets at the moment. So we have been able to get a lot of signals out, and there has still been some volatility, but as the fall comes around and we get back into Q4 and Q1, we are going to definitely see some more amazing results. So We had our June 2021 results posted here. We're not going to go too in depth into them, but we can see that we had 179 TPs hit, 57 stop losses hit. That's about right there that's over like a 75% win ratio. So the win ratio was extremely high on these trades. We had 10 trades that were invalid trades. Now, what that means is the trade was given at a price that it was not near price where it was given, or it did not actually hit price. So if it was more of a pending order, it did not manage to hit the entry. And then the open ones are going to be the ones that have not hit TP or have not hit stop loss. So total 250 signals were sent out, and the gain was 210%. So we're not going to get too into this, but obviously the gains for June were outrageous. July, we had 1 week, which definitely saw not as good of results, but overall, we definitely still had a very positive month. People are asking, what percentage are you hypothetically trading per trade to get these numbers? We are calculating it based on risking 1% per trade. Obviously, if you are taking all of the trades, which there are anywhere from 10 to 20 trades per day, and we are going to work to lower that number a little bit. I do want it to be more around 10 trades max per day, so there's not so many that people get turned off from taking anymore. So think about it like this, if there's 10 trades per day and you are risking 1% per trade, say you get in on every single trade, that's 10% of your account that's at risk every single day. Obviously, if it is profitable, even 50% hitting 2-to-1 risk reward on your trades, you're going to make out really well, potentially making 20% for the day. But in my opinion, the best way to approach the situation, if you are looking to take every single trade, if you are up during the New York and the London session, I would suggest narrowing down the pairs. We do have trades on indices, commodities, energies, and Forex. So I would highly consider monitoring maybe certain pairs. As you can see, just in the first of the month, we had Forex pairs, major pairs, minor pairs. We had energy, so we had oil. Oil trades normally are very good. The person that's giving out the oil signals is really on point. And then we have gold, so we have commodities, and then we have indices, US 30. So we have a little bit of everything, so I would suggest narrowing down the pairs that you want to focus on, because at the end of the day, the whole point of the rapid signal room, guys, is for you to learn and earn. So if you're blindly taking the signals, which I know most people do, but just in my opinion, if you want to actually learn while you're earning, then focus on a few pairs that you are learning yourself. Maybe you're doing your own analysis, and then you can compare the actual signal. One of the best things that I've heard from one of our students actually was he looks at signals like leads. Like any business, the signal is the lead for the sale. So when you get the lead, right, you qualify it. You don't just give it the best possible deal. You qualify it. You see what they're looking for. You see if they're interested, or see if it's a qualified lead, like I said, and then you go in for the sale with a calculated approach. So with this, it's the same way. Approach it as though this is your leads, guys. The signal is coming, and obviously over time, if you get really confident in an indice signal that's coming out, then you should take the indice signals. If you get really confident in gold, take the gold signals, UJ. So or not just UJ, maybe the major pairs for FX. So have a plan, be strategic, even within the rapid signals group. I will guarantee your results will be much better. So that being said, had a little bit of an little overview introduction. Let's just look at the weekly stats. We had 9 TPs hit in week 1. Stop losses we had 7. So the total signals that we had were 16. So obviously not as much, but that's only because this was 2 days of the week. That's what we were categorizing as week one. How do we actually per se look at the TPs? Like how do we categorize the TP being hit, TP not being hit? Basically, once it hits TP1, we are assuming that the trader is moving their stop loss to break even. Okay, so if it hits TP1, we're assuming the stop loss is moved to break even, so it can't count as a loss. Then if the trade ends up hitting TP2, we will calculate it as TP2 was the max you could have gained. If it hits TP3, we'll calculate TP3 as the max you could have gained. We don't add TP1, TP2, TP3. As we can see here, we can see some of the stats. Go right here. We had a sum of about 190 pips in those 2 days. We had a percentage gain of about 3% in those 2 days. So if you were to risk 1% per trade, this is what the actual percentage gain would have been for week one. So let's move ahead now. Let's go over to week two here. So week two stats, we had TPs hit 45, stop losses hit 24, invalid trades 4. We have our open trades 0, so all the trades were closed, and we had total signals sent 73. All right, I just pulled up a calendar so I can make sure each week when it starts. So let's go on to week two stats. Again, 45, 24, 4, 73 signals total were sent. So as you can imagine, that's about 10 to 12 signals being sent every single day, even more than that, 13 or 14 signals per day. Again, for this, we're having commodities, we have Forex, we have indices, we have on the next day, we have Forex, commodities, energies, indices. So you're getting a little bit of each every single day. So again, if you want to put together your strategy around, certain pairs, certain groups, certain classes, then I definitely recommend to do that. We can see, all of the stats on the right-hand side, the percentage gains, the pips gains, TPs that were hit, the actual results, so whether it's closed or still open. Let's see the total actual pips that were gained for the week. So 7-4 was that Sunday, so that's Sunday night. And then let's go all the way to the 10th. Down here. So total pips gained for the week was 29.56. As I always have communicated, it's really not about the pips. It's about the percentage that you risk on each and every trade. Like, that's the reality of it. I know everyone's obsessed with how many pips were gained in a week. It really comes down to the percentage gained, guys, in the trade. So if you're trading gold and you're trading Forex pair, major pair, gold obviously is going to move. It has more pips. It's going to move differently. So, if you have a 100 pip take profit on gold, it could be a 30 pip take profit on a Forex pair. You could be risking 1%, for each of them. So that's really what matters here. Let's go ahead and let's look at the actual percentage that has been made for the week. So for the week, about 38% was actually made if you were to take every single trade during that week, which is obviously pretty incredible. So let's go on to week number 3. Let's see what's going on for this week. We had 35 TPs hit, 26 stop losses hit, 3 invalid, 64 total signals. So again, about 12 signals were sent out each and every day. And again, we had the diversification. So let's see. The first day was the 11th, was that Sunday. And we even are categorizing it here. So we had commodities, Forex, commodities, indexes. Again, commodities, Forex, indexes, commodities, Forex, indexes, and crypto. So we do send some signals on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, some crypto signals, but not too many. So let's go ahead and see what was the actual percentage or pips gains during week number 3. We had up until the 17th, so right here. So again, very similar. We had 29,998 or 29.98. Excuse my math there. So obviously a lot of pips were gained for the week. We have a total of about, over 6,000 pips already gained. But again, guys, it really only comes down to what is the percentage gain. So that's kind of the name of the game. 22% for this week. Obviously incredible results if you were to take every single trade. But if we look at the times here, we can see, let's look at just one example of one day. Of the times, we had some given overnight during the London session, and then some given during the New York session, and then some given in the afternoon. And let's go on to the next day here. We had some, again, given in the London, and some given in the New York, and then some into the afternoon. So right now, again, we don't have many trades coming out for the Asian session. It's mainly the New York and London. And I'll tell you what, I'm not awake during the London session. I'm sleeping during 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., so you may be missing out on those trades. So just take note of that. All right, so let's go on to week 4's results now. In total, we had 66 signals sent, 35 TPs hit, 25 stop losses hit, 6 invalid trades. As we can see, a lot of diversity as well with the signals. We had started on the 18th, right up here. And on the 18th, we had 2 trades given out on that Sunday. So let's start with that, and let's see what is the percentage gain or the pips gained for this week. It ran from the 18th all the way to the 23rd. Boom. So total pips gained for this week was 7,814. And this is why the pips simply don't matter, guys, is because we have crypto in here, so many pips on that. We have US 30 in here, we have indices, we have crypto in here. So it's, not a good representation of what actually is the real percentage gain for the week. That's why for me personally, I don't really care about the pips gained, for the week. So that is the pips gained for the week. Let's go on to the actual percentage gain. Again, this is what actually matters. So let's come on to here and let's see. Again, it went till the 23rd, which is right up here. So for the week, we had a 33% gain. So this is if you took literally every single trade, which obviously, is probably not going to be the case considering everything is given in different sessions. But I'll get at the end of the video how you could potentially take every single trade, which would be a game changer, obviously. Next, let's go, last but not least, over to week 5. We had 78 signals total taken. We had 37 TPs hit, 29 stop losses hit. We had 6 trades that were still open and 6 that are invalid. Let's go ahead and see what is the pips gained for this week. So 2.7K, pretty modest pips gained. I mean, look at this one US 30 trade, 1,200 pips. So obviously it's skewed just because of one trade. More importantly, let's get in what is the actual percentage gain for the week. So we had 25th was the first day that we started with this. So we had a 21% gain for this week if you did take every single trade. Next, what I want to do is I want to go through, let's see, with the TPs, let's see what was the sort of highest percentage gain for the month. So we had a 4%er right here. Let's keep scrolling up. I saw another 3%er, 3.5. A lot of 1%, lots of 2% in here, which is still good as long as the trades are 2-to-1 risk reward for the most part. They're going to be, that's like a solid, sound strategy. We got a 2%er right there. We've got some less than 1%. We got 2%ers across the board. We got a 4%er up here. let's see if we have one trade at least that is a little bit bigger than 4%. Right now, the biggest trade that we had is 4 point something percent. So 4% was the biggest trade. I believe in the last month, we did have a trade that was bigger. We had a 5% win in the last month. And I believe we even had one that was a bit larger than that. We had another 5%er. But again, like I said, as long as we have a 2-to-1 risk reward, guys, that is the name of the game. So if we hit a 5-to-1 risk reward, obviously it's really good. But as long as it's 2-to-1, you know, that is going to be all that we need to have a sound strategy. So again, guys, these results, 105%. I know it's the thumbnail on the video. Let's just be transparent. You're probably not going to be able to take every single trade. That being said, at the end of the video, I'll detail how you can potentially take every single trade that is in the Signals channel, because I know that's what you're wondering. The results can be fantastic if you are taking all the orders and literally just copying the stop losses and the take profits. If you're copying the stop losses and the take profits, you could get results fairly similar. But let's be honest, even if the results are 1/10 of the 100%, if you're making 10% in the month, that is enough to pass challenges. That is enough to grow your account. That is enough to be a good trader, considered a very good trader, 10% per month. So this was the overview of all of the results. What I want to do next is we're going to do a little bit of a scroll through the actual Telegram group, because I want you guys to see inside of the group, what do the signals look like. And again, we listened to your feedback on this one. We took away all the extra analysis, all the extra, you know, BS, and it's literally just signals. Entry, stop loss, take profit. That is what everyone wanted to have, and that is exactly what it is. So let's go ahead and hop right into the Telegram channel. All right, so we can see here we're inside of the actual signal room. If we go back to July, every single trade that was given is in here. They're listed with the entry, the stop loss, and the take profit. Now I want to address one thing, an outstanding quote-unquote issue or some feedback we've been getting. What happens if a trade gets given out and the same pair gets given out another signal later on? Like I said, there's multiple analysts. Some of the analysts may have different conflicting ideas. Maybe some of them, it ends up doubling down. They both sell, for example, gold in the same day. So there's back-to-back gold signals that are sells. Maybe one is at a higher price, one is at a lower price. Maybe they buy gold after selling it at a higher price. This is exactly what you guys should do. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions, or I will inside of the actual signals course, but just a bit of a preview. So if you sell gold earlier in the day, say that you take this signal right here to sell gold at 1809, your first take profit is 1801. If later in the day there is another signal given that is another sell on gold, this is what you should do. You should realistically either hold your first position, depending how much you risk on that first position. You should just go with the first position, use the second sell signal as further confirmation. Remember, we talked about these are simply leads, so it's someone else telling you that sellers are still in the market. This is still a good price to sell at. So maintain your first position. If you want to double down on the second position, only double down on the second position if you're in a spot to move your stop loss to break even on the first trade. So if it's relatively near the same entry level, no point of entering again, guys. No point of entering again. If you're at TP1 and they say to sell again at TP1, move this stop loss to break even, so that way you are risk-free on the first trade. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is that they order you to buy after selling. So they sell gold in this signal and then they order you to buy. Say that gold, you're in a sell and you're down at TP1 and they order you to buy. I would then exit this trade or move this trade to break even and enter in on the buy. Now on the flip side, say you're in a sell and it signals you to buy gold near no, you're in a drawdown. So you're in a sell and you're in drawdown and it signals you to buy gold. I would use the aggressive risk strategy that we have inside of the course that I'll show you in a second. Basically what it is wait for the higher lows to exit the trade. Don't exit at a high. So if you are in drawdown, look for a key level that price will most likely retest and then exit on the retest of that key level and enter in a buy. Most likely it is, if someone is signaling a buy and someone else is signaling a sell, they might have conflicting ideas. One of the other things is there are people who are intraday trading and swing trading. So look at the stop losses. If the stop loss on the buy on the second signal is very wide, it might be a swing trade idea, which is more of a long-term move, which means the original sell might actually not be a bad idea for the short term, right? So look at the stop losses. That can kind of decipher what is a swing, what is a buy. Also, I would go onto the actual chart. Remember, this is a learn and earn opportunity. I would go actually onto the chart and map out the trade and the stop loss and go between the daily, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, and the 30-minute time frame. See what time frame it might make the most sense on. If on the 30-minute you're seeing they're trying to catch that 30-minute trend, then obviously they're intraday trading. If on the 4-hour or daily time frame you're seeing them try to get in on a lower high or a lower low on those time frames, they're most likely trying to swing trade that order. So again, a little bit of a scroll through. When you guys get into the Rapid Signals group, go to the pinned message at the top. Make sure you read through every single thing in here, and most importantly, use a lot size calculator. We have a lot size calculator in here that you can utilize. We also have some lessons on what you should be risking per trade, but again, use the lot size calculator. And then importantly, go to the bottom here and make sure you guys get in on the course. So before you take any of the signals, realistically, you should take the program. The course, which I'm going to get to in a second, covers a bunch of topics. So first thing to do, come to the pinned message, read through everything, click on the links, and make sure you guys enroll in the course. So now let's go and take a look at what is inside of the Signals course. All right, so the Rapid Signals course is going to include a couple different sections: the welcome section, the live trading strategy session for New York. So we do have an intraday strategy. We were doing live sessions inside of the Signal room. They are going to be paused for now. We will bring them back in the future, but if you want to learn the actual strategy and the setup, you can just simply come in here, go through these videos, and also a lot of the live sessions were recorded, so you can rewatch them to see how to take trades. We have the broker setup, the lot size calculator, and the aggressive risk strategy. So this is what I mentioned before. This video is going to explain exactly how to navigate getting in and out of trades that are in drawdown. So this is definitely a requirement before getting started. We've got a little bit of a technical analysis course in here, the higher time frames, lower time frames, entry candles, entry strategies. So just a little bit of background on how we do what we do. Full fundamentals course is kind of just a bonus in here. And then as you can see, some trade reviews. We're going to get back into doing the trade reviews. So every single week, some of the signals that come out, we're going to review them, and we'll tell you what our ideas were and how you guys can potentially take advantage of that moving forward. Now let's take a look at about 30 trades from this past month, July, the before and after, how those trades went down. Let's take a look at the actual MT4 and do a little bit of a scroll through. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Rapid Signal summary for July 2021. Obviously, a lot of great trades were given out for this month, and this project has definitely a lot involved, and we are excited to be moving forward and to continue to improve it. If you guys are interested in signing up, we are going to do 20% off for the Rapid Signal room. It's currently $49.99. It's 20% off, so it's $40 right now. This will only be for a limited time, as the price will be increasing to $75 as we really dial in everything that we are trying to do. Make sure you come to the pinned message at the top of the main Forex League Telegram. In the pinned message has everything you need to know about our services. You can come down here into the Signal services. This Signals bot is where you actually sign up. You can just press the bot, and inside of there, type in /start, and then you guys can start with a monthly package. And then also, this is the results